I didn't take physics at school.
Wait, you didn't take physics?
No, I took bio at level 2.
Dude, yeah, I did the same. We didn't take physics.
Wait, did you not take?
Chemistry.
I didn't take physics.
Actually, did I take bio? I think I took bio level 1.
We all took bio, right?
We all took biology. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. I don't remember doing well at it at all. I think I failed.
Well, okay, just
Wait, so you didn't take
I
physics?
dropped out of year 13.
You failed in bio.
I dropped out of high school,
dropped out.
okay? I dropped out of high school, year 13. That's why I'm 25 years old and I've got 2 kids.
while you're on a podcast.
That's why I'm on the podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to Podzilla. I'm Jasha, and I'm here with my brother, Micah.
It's a lovely day on Monster Island today, if I may say so.
It's a lovely day. We've both got Boss Coffees. This new Rainbow Mountain Brew by Boss Coffee, Micah.
There's something about it, eh?
I mean, we're not sponsored, but if we were sponsored by Boss Coffee, I would say how great it was. But I'm not going to, because we're not sponsored. But yeah, we actually have someone else who's joining us here this episode. If you would all remember the Slim City incident. You remember the Slim City incident, Micah?
Yeah, so does all of G-Force.
Yeah, G-Commander specifically remembers it, but he's still keen for us to try and introduce a third host to P-Force, to Podzilla. This time around, though, he gave us the initiative to choose for ourselves who we wanted to join, just so we didn't get any more, like, food preference issues, would you say, among other things?
Among other things, but that was the main reason.
That was a selling point for us, yeah. So
we've whittled down our options, and we have chosen one man, one dad, if you will.
Yeah. Previous guest of the show, Hamish Skelton. Welcome to Monster Island, Hamish.
Oh, man. It's something about the air here, eh?
Yeah, you're not enjoying that Boss Coffee.
No, it's just something about the mountain blend. It's just not sitting with me.
Okay, we're just going to note that down.
I'm a bit more of a fan of the black.
The black Boss Coffee.
Yeah.
Black
Boss Coffee.
Yeah.
Just need to remember you don't like Boss Coffee that doesn't agree
That's okay.
with you.
We can work with that.
You guys notice the 1-star health rating?
We don't talk about the 1-star health rating on this Boss Coffee can, Hamish. We don't talk about it. But we had you on the show back in season 1 to talk about Son of Godzilla, famously beloved Son of Godzilla episode of ours.
Yeah, I think I remember that. It's a while ago now.
Cool.
Did you request to be on the episode because you loved it so much?
Yes, I did, actually.
And you gave it 2 out of 5. Whatever the heck we rated that movie.
Yeah, I have a tendency to rate things. Well, I'll like something, but I'll realize it's not perfect. So then I'll rate it to what I think. I don't know. My rating system's all out the way. It's all whacked. I'm sorry. I'm trying to fix myself, okay? I'm trying to do better.
You're trying to do better. Yeah, I hope so, because, man, I've never been as disappointed as seeing my favorite Godzilla movie torn to shreds by my best friend. So I don't know what you're going to rate this one. I'm intrigued of what you think of Singular Point, which is what we're covering today. But I mean, you've been keeping up a little bit with the show, right? I think you told me you watched along. You watched Biollante recently when we covered that in the Heisei era.
Biollante. Yes, I did.
Yeah, and
I love that.
And King Ghidorah as well. I think you watched.
No, I don't think I watched King Ghidorah.
Heisei King Ghidorah when they go back in time.
Oh, yes, I did.
They
all kind of blend together for me.
They do, yeah. When there's like 10 movies with King Ghidorah in,
yeah,
it's hard to pick which one is which.
Oh, I love Biollante though. I don't know how that one slipped by me when growing up. Like,
do we give it 1.5 stars?
Oh, definitely. At least 1.5.
And then even more recently than that, me and my dad decided to go see -1. I think it was my third time seeing Godzilla -1. And then what do you know? But you and your wife are at the same viewing.
Yeah.
The aisle opposite us.
Yeah, we. I don't think we'd gone out to see a movie in quite a while. And yeah, I was just like, decided to drag my wife along to it.
Nice.
You know, and she didn't hate it, which was... That's a plus.
She didn't hate it.
Win.
That is a win.
She gave it 5 stars?
No. No, she I think for a Godzilla movie, she enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, that does say a lot
That does
about a
say
lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, I was not expecting to see you guys there.
Neither. But it was cool. Cool little
Yeah.
experience. Did you liked -1?
Definitely. Yeah. Trying to remember exactly like what I rated it. I think I rated it. Did I rate it on?
I think it's surely a 5-star Hamish drop on Letterboxd, right?
Do you have a
For Godzilla
Letterboxd?
-1?
I
Let
do
me bring
have
it
a
up.
letterbox. It's pretty like it's got cobwebs growing on it. And, I need to use it a bit more. But no, I really enjoyed that. I felt, especially in recent years because of Podzilla, I've been watching a lot of the older Godzilla movies again and going back to the original.
Yeah.
I really appreciated the similarities between the Godzilla -1 and the original one. Like it felt like a real good remake of it, basically.
Yeah, it captures the same like themes and tone.
Yeah.
And I don't know what, but like ever since seeing -1, the character specifically of Shikishima has just like grown on me heaps, because recently we've been watching all the MonsterVerse movies, and classically, I mean it's a trope now, right? Everyone's like, Godzilla movies are only good when it's about Godzilla. The human stuff's the worst. And I actually disagree with that for the most part of the Godzilla franchise. But the point where I definitely agree with that statement is the MonsterVerse. I think that the human stuff, majority of it sucks.
Kyle Chandler, though. I don't think it necessarily sucks, but I think that those movies lean so much more heavily towards the monster action that it kind of just leaves the humans in the dust a lot of the time.
Makes me appreciate -1 all that more, right? Because it's like a perfect return to form.
Perfect balance of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess. Well, I'm not the expert here. I guess you guys are.
Well, you're about to be. You're going to be the third host of Podzilla, right?
Ah, true. Yeah, that's right.
If this works out.
I feel like when you're watching Godzilla, I don't know, like the original ones, I always feel like it's not really about Godzilla. It's about what he represents, right? And then the human reaction to that and how to respond to like the devastation of that is happening. And then you go into the more wacky Godzilla where it's just about monsters fighting each other, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of what Toho's been putting out recently has been more return to form, where it's actually not about Godzilla. But then the MonsterVerse movies, in my opinion, are more leaning into the other side of things, where it's like all the wacky monsters smashing into each other, you know?
Yeah. I agree with that, especially after watching Singular Point.
Yeah.
We'll get into it. But it's barely about Godzilla.
What? Oh, like, is he even... Like, he's barely even in it.
He's barely in it. We'll get into it. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to Godzilla X Kong. I mean, that's the Singular Point starting off our march, this episode dropping. Godzilla X Kong's going to finish off our march and finish off our Godzilla Podzilla journey.
Yeah,
I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, it's going to be the end of an era for that one. Have you kept up to date with all the MonsterVerse movies so far?
You've watched all of Monarch, right?
I haven't watched all of Monarch yet.
Yeah, okay.
Slowly working my way through Monarch. What I've seen of it, I've enjoyed, though.
Did you guys see that new trailer that dropped yesterday for Godzilla X Kong, where Kong jumps onto Godzilla's back while Godzilla's running?
Yeah, I've heard rumors of Godzilla Kart.
Godzilla Kart. Yeah, Kong riding Godzilla. It's going to be...
Skarking riding Shimo.
It doesn't get better. I'm so hyped for that movie. Yeah, it's going to be good.
I know nothing, like next to nothing about this movie.
You're staying blind.
I've seen that one scene of Godzilla running, and I was like, I'm not going to watch any more until...
Oh, okay.
Nah.
You're going to drag your wife, Abby, along to that one too?
Probably, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And then you'll look across the aisle.
And see you there, probably.
See you there.
I'll be there, bro.
I feel like it doesn't matter which screening of it I watch. You'll be there.
It's inevitable.
Any Godzilla movie you see in theaters, look behind you. That's all I'm going to say.
Great. I will say this week is another Megalon week.
It's not Mega Newslon this week. No big Godzilla news.
Unless you want me to talk more about Titan chases, it's officially a Megalon week.
Well, I will just put an amendment in as well. even though it was Megalon last week, I tried to insert some Godzilla burger news into there, and I was completely off. I said it was McDonald's burgers. It was Carl's Jr. burgers.
It was a true Megalon week.
I was kicking myself.
Were you right about the country, though?
Probably not. Don't take my word for it. It's probably not even from Malaysia.
Was it even Godzilla?
It might not even be Godzilla burgers. The Scar King fries might be made up. So I'm sorry. I'll leave the news to you from now on, Micah.
Would a Godzilla burger, would that be beef or would that be like a fish patty?
Oh. Probably
Wait.
a fish patty.
If we're leaving Scar King as fries, first off, what would Kong be? I feel like he's got to be a beef patty.
Yeah, he'll be a beef
Beef's
patty.
more like monkey meat, would you say, than chicken?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, beef is monkey meat.
If you look at a monkey, then look at a cow or a chicken.
Gigan would be chicken if Gigan was in
yeah.
this movie.
Yeah.
But Godzilla, he'd have to be like fish, right?
Surely.
Like an upgraded Filet-O-Fish burger or something like that.
Yeah.
Filet-O-Fish is the best burger on the McDonald's menu. I'm just saying. So of course it would be
Whoa.
the king, Godzilla, that would have a burger similar to it.
You know, typically I would side with Godzilla. Not in this instance, eh?
Yeah.
You're siding with the beef, which
I'm
is
siding,
Kong, apparently.
Yeah, I would side with beef.
Well,
One
Hamish,
scenario.
it's nice to have our third member of P-Force here right beside us too.
Wait, what? I'm getting kicked off because of
You
my
can go eat your
preferences.
filet fish.
It all begins and ends with food over here, doesn't it? Anyway,
Yeah, no food preference issues. We're good.
let's keep food talk off the podcast. And let's get into Godzilla Singular Point. We might as well get into it.
Hamish, I heard you wrote a little
Ooh, I wrote a little
Paper?
a little abstract for us.
You submitted.
I haven't published this paper yet.
You haven't.
You got your
I just
AI.
need to get it all in order, but
Your AI is not helping you with that?
nah, not yet. I haven't downloaded it from that dodgy website yet. I'm uncertain.
Okay, so this is put together by you. No artificial help.
No artificial help.
Man, I'm looking forward to it.
Called out to investigate some odd occurrences at the mansion of a presumed dead eccentric scientist, employees of Otaki Factory, Yun Arakawa and Habaru Kato discover a strange signal in the form of a song repeating on a loop. At the same time, Mei Kamino, a graduate student who studies non-existent creatures, is called in on her professor's behalf to investigate a mysterious signal received from Misakioku, the former Tsukuno District's administrative building. Little did they know that this mysterious lullaby was actually a message being sent from the future and that a great catastrophe was quickly approaching. Soon after discovering the signal, kaiju begin appearing out of the ocean, and along with them, the red dust, a crazy new interdimensional material known as an archetype that would slowly start changing the world and making it more habitable for the newly emerging monsters. To fight back against this threat, Otaki Factory deploys Jet Jaguar, their state-of-the-art robot, which they later upgrade with an AI and the Spear of Anguirus. Accompanying their efforts, Mei Kamino gets pulled into researching archetypes, singular points, and even time travel with her new mentor, Li Ging, who among many things is a head researcher for a group called Shiva. While Otaki Factory works on making Jet Jaguar invincible, and Shiva works to crack the code on a weapon called the orthogonal diagonalizer, which has the ability to change the form and nature of archetypes, a new singular point appears, Godzilla, and with him, the end of the world? In the nick of time, Mei's AI, Pelops 2, after traversing time and space in a mega computer that is encasing a singular point underneath a Shiva lab in India, discovers the secret message hidden in the song being broadcasted, and in doing so uncovers the code needed to make the orthogonal diagonalizer work. This code also happens to be the key to make Jet Jaguar the invincible weapon needed to fight Godzilla. Just as the battle between Godzilla and Jet Jaguar ends, Jet Jaguar activates the orthogonal diagonalizer within himself, turning the red dust archetype into its 13th form, thus killing Godzilla and freeing the world of the red dust.
Man, I'm impressed.
That took me hours.
I feel like even just understanding what you said takes hours.
I had to watch YouTube.
Orthogonal diagonalizer?
Dude, they say it so many times in the show.
How did you... That's like... Man, that's some crazy stuff right there.
It's like one of
The OD. That's what I call it, you know?
the OD.
Yeah, the OD.
Yeah. Maybe we should just refer to that.
Yeah,
as that.
please.
I'm going to call it that.
The orthogonal
diagonalizer.
Okay.
Every time. I'm not copping out of this one.
I think I finally understand Singular Point now after hearing that, Hamish. Thank you.
You're welcome. I did my best.
Finally understand how the archetypes work into the catastrophe, which works into the red mist, which works into the singular points. Right? We'll get into it. Don't worry about it. We'll get into it.
You got me confused now. Did I get it wrong?
But me and Micah obviously have never seen this show. The most that I knew about it was that it had a funny little dog mascot.
Yeah.
That's all I knew. It was an anime. But you watched this when it came out, right? Back in 2021.
Yeah, I saw this. Or I started watching the Planet Godzilla. Is it Godzilla Planet?
Planet of the Monsters.
Planet of the Monsters.
Yeah.
That's the one. And I watched like 2 of those movies and it wasn't really my cup of tea, but I was like, oh, it's anime and it's Godzilla, so I must watch this. And
You didn't watch the third anime trilogy movie?
I know it's probably the best one, eh? Listening to your guys' podcast, like it sounded like it was the best one.
Pumps you up for it.
But I'd have to go back and watch the first 2 again.
Yeah.
For me. And I don't know if I have it in me.
The commitment.
But yeah, and then it felt like not long after Singular Point came out.
Yeah.
And it kind of felt to me at the time like them trying again at doing anime for Gods. But they're probably doing them both around the same time. I really liked it, watching it the first time.
I remember you talking to me about it like when it came out. I'm like, you need to watch this. And then I didn't for some reason.
You never watch anything I suggest.
I think it's probably been the one piece of Godzilla media that since the start of our show, I've been most excited to watch.
Really?
Because I'd say so, because from the start, we have heard about this in a lot of episodes due to all the references in like the credits and throughout the show.
Other monsters that make appearances.
Yeah, and it's just, like you said, a Godzilla anime is so rare.
Yeah.
There's like the Planet movies, which we quite like, but a lot of people don't. But then I felt like Singular Point was in another vein where it was an actual episodic anime.
Yeah.
Which felt like it may have had a lot more heart and soul put into it. So, hype was high going into it.
Yeah, and it was animated by 2 anime companies, Bones and Orange Animation Studios. And between them, they've animated like Full Metal Alchemist, Black Bullet, Soul Eater, My Hero Academia, the Cowboy Bebop movie, Beastars. Like, they've done a lot of high-profile, real popular anime. So it's pretty cool that they've made a Godzilla show.
I'm still holding out for my Studio Ghibli style
Godzilla movie?
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
I'll jump in there as well. So there was actually a Studio Ghibli animator who worked on this show.
Wow.
Eiji Yamamori designed most of the monsters for this. There was someone who classically throughout Ghibli media did a lot of those crazy monster designs.
Yeah.
And sadly, they passed before this show properly was released and came to fruition. But this might be the closest we'll get to your Ghibli Godzilla for a good while.
Makes me sad.
I was so thrown off as the show started, guys, because I watched every episode of it today before recording. I set myself up in my lounge, binged through Singular Point. And the whole show starts, and the intro is like 3-4 different voices talking over top of one another, crazy sketches and diagrams. And then it introduces us to like these paranormal investigator guys checking out this haunted house. And I was like, what the heck is this show? What is going on? And I kind of loved how the plot and how the mystery of it all slowly played out. Now all these characters slowly connected to one another. Very different to anything we've seen so far on the show. I feel like I'm saying that a lot nowadays on Podzilla, but this is like completely different. And I know something a lot of people don't like about it is the science speak, all the equations and theories and hypotheses, right? Right, guys?
You got this, dude. Yeah.
It's something a lot of people don't like. But it's like there's a lot of it in this show.
Yeah, we'd been warned off by a lot of people in the Discord for a good while, saying that the hard science aspect of it put a lot of them off. Here's me, big hard science fan, favorite movie's The Martian, going into it being like, I'm ready for anything. They don't have a brain as fully functional as I do. I'm gonna understand every single bit of it. It all went over my head. It's just so much more dense than I think anyone going in would have been prepared for.
How long did it take you to watch this? Like, over how many days did you watch this?
Oh, a few days, 3 days.
Okay. So I feel like when I watched it the first time, I didn't get, like, I don't remember all the science talk. Like, I don't remember it being an issue. I remember it being, like, complicated. Like, it was very complicated.
Yeah.
But I remember really enjoying it. I remember enjoying the energy. I remember feeling like the science talk really just got you hyped for all the things that were going on. Like, you didn't need to understand all of it. But I think I watched that over a course of like a couple of weeks, like with a couple episodes a night, not all.
Yeah.
All in the space of a few days.
This time I watched it in 2 nights, and I was like, my experience was a lot worse.
Right, okay.
Like, I was like, it was just constant in those few hours each night. It was just constant science talk thrown at me, and I was just like, I need to go to bed. My opinion is, and I might be wrong, but this show should really be watched over like 1 or 2 a night, not 5 or 6.
Not 5 or 6 a night, yeah. I definitely think it would have been more palatable watching it as intended, like once every week as it's coming out.
You reckon?
I think so, because it gives you, like specifically in the science areas, it gives you a little bit of time to mull over and chew on each of those ideas. Because if I'm right, one of the writers of this show was like actually had a doctorate in physics.
Makes sense, yeah.
So he was just going hard, injecting every single bit of his knowledge and theory into there. And I don't think this show does the best job on teaching that to us and conveying those ideas
for people who aren't physics majors.
It's like, hey, here's this doctorate level physics idea that you try to understand over the course of one text message chain,
and not just 2 characters.
The text message chains. Oh my goodness! If there's one thing in the show that I absolutely hate, it's those text message chains. How quickly they were typing those things. And in the middle of like crazy battles going on, everything exploding, and then you're just like, I'm gonna pull out my phone.
It felt like we had 6 episodes straight of just May's iPhone screen at times. The amount of emotes and GIFs and stickers they sent one another.
Yeah, I love how she immediately like starts up this connection with this random person over the phone, this like person who's on the same level of science and understanding as her, and they're both just like fully into it with 5 emojis at a time with each other.
Do normal people text like that?
Maybe we should start.
You send a text message, you need to add at least 2 like moving stickers.
This is what the stickers function and everything is for nowadays.
You guys should see me sometime when I'm writing a text and how long it takes me. Like, I'll write one out and then I'm like, oh dang, my thumb's like pushed all the wrong buttons, and now I've got to go back and edit it, and now it's like, I deleted the wrong word and I've got to put that back. It doesn't sound quite right.
You wouldn't survive a second.
And then I've got to sit there and like spend like 10-20 seconds picking the right emoji to convey the emotion. Otherwise I'm worried that like the person will think I'm being too serious or something.
Bro,
not these guys.
You would not survive a second in the Singular Point world. I'm sorry to tell you.
I'd die. Yeah.
I feel like I use way too many exclamation marks when I'm texting. Like, I just can't help myself. I say something and I'm like, I'm meaning this in a positive way. I'll add an exclamation mark because I'm like, that sounds great. But then I was told off recently because I use it a lot in work emails. I'm like, hey, hope you're well, exclamation mark. Someone told me, Jasha, that's not really professional. I was like, oh, man.
I was told the same thing.
Oh, I've been told that as well.
Yeah. Oh, the 3 of us. We need to learn how to text.
I get told off for exclamation marks. Yeah. My friends are literally like, Micah, it's not that exciting. I'm like, it just sounds better. I get told off for using semicolons and hyphens a lot in all my texts.
Why are you texting with semicolons?
It just sounds better. It flows better.
I also, like, I can't help myself. If I'm sending a message on Discord or text, I spam ha 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 Like if I find something funny, I'm not like lol, or I'm not like that's funny. I'm like ha 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 ha. I can't help myself. Like I just do it automatically now.
I feel like these days, if you put lol, it doesn't mean laugh out loud. It just means like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas you go ha 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 with all caps,
Then
and
it's funny.
exclamation marks. That you're like you put an effort into it, so that means you actually found it funny.
We're just gonna add stickers and some more like emotes and memojis of ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we'd be right onto it.
It'd be right onto it.
Did you notice that all like? I feel like anyway. I don't know. The texts were going by so quickly, but I feel like a lot of those stickers were of that dog,
Yeah.
the AI dog. They've
Yeah.
already got branding.
Hero 2, yeah.
Yeah, he just comes out and then he's already got brand. He updates all their phones.
How do you pronounce it? Is it Palo?
Piplo, I thought it was Piplo.
I think it's Pedo,
Palo?
I think I'm gonna.
but
have
it
to read
doesn't sound great like that. So Hero 2.
I think it's Palo too.
Guys, I'm gonna have to redo my whole synopsis now.
Yeah.
I mispronounced his name.
Too late. Too late.
But yeah, I think this is why Messenger started up as like AI stickers thing. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
Messenger has implemented AI stickers now, and I need to try sending some Pal-Ups 2 stickers.
Man,
Is that how you
like-
say it? I don't know, man.
Who knows? The dog. I like how it's the Audrey 2
Peplop.
treatment, right? It's like, oh, I lost my dog, so you're going to be my dog number 2.
Yeah.
But just to take a step back, I didn't mind the science stuff. I just didn't like how much of it was in every episode. Like, I didn't mind them going so high level with it, but literally it felt like 75% of an episode at times was just May meeting with some random lady in a random organization, putting pencil holes through pieces of paper and jelly and whatever it was to
Oh,
try
that
and
scene with the jelly, that was so satisfying. I don't
jelly
know
was
why.
great.
folding over on itself.
Yeah, it was just like, look. How's that jelly? Like, I feel like normal jelly would have like just been destroyed by her trying to do that.
Not
kind of jelly
singular
is
point
this?
jelly. But if I wrote down, after watching the show, I was like, okay, I got to get my head around this concept. So I wrote down what I thought it all meant. Can you guys tell me if I'm wrong? Okay, so I was like, there's like this big extra dimensional timey-wimey phenomenon called singular points, right? And they create red dust, which is also known as like a kind of archetype or something. And the red dust creates kaiju, and the singular point is slowly destroying and overrunning everything on the earth. And there's a singular point in every Godzilla, as well as the big like Shiva AI machine thing. And we only see bits and pieces of the singular points because they exist in different times and dimensions at the same moment. And then Shiva is sending songs and messages through time and space because it's a singular point. And that song that plays over and over, the Alapu Upala song, includes
The Oompa Loompa song?
the Alapu Upala song, which is a palindrome. Alapu
Oh,
Upala.
okay.
And it has information inside of it, which is used to update the Jet Jaguar AI and create that weird OD oxygen destroyer thing. And it was sent from the future to the past so that it could stop the catastrophe and stop the singular points. Does that sound right?
No.
No.
Like half of it's there.
Am I completely
Some
off?
of it. Like, I feel like maybe we've all got different understandings.
Yeah, hold on. I want to be the second stage to this.
Okay.
You're the expert here because you've seen this twice now.
Yeah, that's what makes
And you've
me
got a
expert.
physics degree, right?
Not yet. So maybe after
not yet.
this.
Yeah.
Maybe after I watch it a third time, I'll get that.
One of our
will give
fans
it to me.
listening will give you an honorary physics degrry.
You won't need a physics degree when you watch this the third time. You can just put that on like a CV. Like
Yeah.
that should be higher than a physics degree in
So
importance.
let's try to get this straight. So singular points are areas where almost the dimensions start crossing over. In these other dimensions, there are elements or chemicals called archetypes,
Not in our dimension, but in other dimensions.
other dimensions,
Okay.
with various stages throughout. You know how in our universe there's like the second dimension, which is 2D, the third, which is 3D, and then you get into fourth dimensions and all that. It's kind of the same with archetypes. They have like first form, second form, all the way up till 13th form. The red mist has started being transported to our universe through these singular points,
Okay.
but that's like the first stage of the archetype. And it seems like there's no way to improve the stages or get it along because our science is just so freaking limited here. But that's why all these monsters have started converging, because they're being drawn to this archetype, this red mist. So in a sense, they're from the other Singular Point world.
Okay.
But they're also in our world coming to these singular points, and they are singular points at the same time. Hamish, physics degree, come in here.
I think I agree with the singular point side of it. So the singular points aren't, this is my understanding. Okay, I'm not at all, like, I didn't take physics at school.
Wait, you didn't take physics?
No, I took bio at level 2.
Dude, yeah, I did the same. We didn't take physics.
Wait, did you not take?
history.
I didn't take physics.
Actually, did I take bio? I think I took bio level 1.
We all took bio, right?
We all took biology. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. I don't remember doing well at it at all. I think I failed.
Well, okay, just
wait. So you didn't take physics?
I dropped out of year 13.
You failed in bio.
I dropped out of high school, okay? I dropped out of high school, year 13. That's why I'm 25 years old and I've got 2 kids.
Why you're on a podcast?
Why I'm on the podcast. No, so I think I agree with you from my understanding of what the singular points are, which I don't know if they're a real thing that people theorize about or not, but I feel like within the parameters of this show, they are to do with dimensions, sort of like what you're saying, sort of converging. I think the archetype is... So here's the confusing thing. I would have agreed that the archetypes, which is the red dust, which is like the first stage.
It's like the lower form of the archetypes.
It's like one of the first stages of an archetype. And apparently, so I've looked up some videos, people explaining stuff. Apparently, there are 13 stages of archetype within the show. Only 3 of them are mentioned or are seen.
There's the first type, which is the red dust.
The red dust.
Second, which is those cube things that they...
No, I think so that is...
The red crystals?
So that is one, because they said that the cubes were a type of archetype. But then the red crystals, and then at the very end, the blue crystals.
Yeah, see?
So the blue crystals are archetype 13, I think, the 13th form.
And those crystals look fantastic.
They did look
those
good.
scenes are
Lovely.
great.
So I would agree with you that the red dust is coming from the singular points, except they say in the show that they're mining the archetype from I think it was archetype mineral veins within the earth.
Yes. And that might be where the Rodans are coming from.
Maybe. So here's the other thing.
Did I watch the same show you guys did? I didn't get any of this.
Yeah, they speak real quick.
Am I just dumb?
I only know... Okay, so I watched it twice, and I then watched a bunch of videos of people explaining stuff.
Like this
Wait,
one archetype?
I'm just regurgitating
Did you watch the dub or the sub?
I watched one episode of the sub, then I switched to the dub because I was like, I gotta get this information.
No, yeah, okay. I think dub's the way to...
I watched dub.
I don't know. The fact that we all have like 3 very different perspectives goes to show just how confusing this show can be at times.
Okay, so I'm almost there.
Okay.
So
this is the doctorate level stuff coming in.
Yeah.
So I think something that's going on here as well is when you guys were talking about the Hollow Earth from
in the Monsterverse.
The Monsterverse movies, how you guys were talking about how it's strange how it appears to be physically under like just the Earth, and you can dig down to it, but then also they have to use portals to transport there. Like, why are they using portals to get there, and why are they also digging to get there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
I think it's a similar thing. I wonder, and this is the thing, I don't think they explain everything. I have a feeling that if they're wanting to make a season 2, and they'll explain more
I think so.
And right now, there just seems to be a lot of theories about it. I think singular points, I think you can mine it, but I think singular points also bring out this stuff as well.
The red mist and the kaiju?
Yeah. So the kaiju, I don't think they're coming from a singular point. I think they're coming from within the dust. So the dust, what it does apparently is because it's like an interdimensional dust.
Yeah.
It changes, it sort of morphs time along with other things. So
I'd say it transcends time.
Yeah. So
Wow,
I
okay.
watched a video, someone explaining this. They reckon, and it made sense, and I think they mentioned it in the show as well, is that what's actually happening is that these are creatures that are evolving out of the dust.
But they've got singular points inside them, right?
No,
Just
only
Godzilla. Just Godzilla.
Okay.
Only Godzilla is a singular point.
What about knockoff Gabara?
And I think... Wait, which one's that?
The green dude, with the knockoff Gabara guy, right?
Did you watch that second movie with Manila in, where he's like the size of a child?
No, I haven't seen that.
There's a green monster in that called Gabara, and I think the monster in this one's called Salunga, and he's the green dude who's like they're kind of like trap in their base for a bit of it, and then he escapes. And
Yeah.
has he got a singular point in him?
No. So he can control and manipulate the dust.
Okay.
But he can't. So, and the relation between him and Godzilla is unknown. At least I can't. Like, I haven't found anything.
I think you're pretty bang on with all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think what's happening is I don't think they're actually coming from another dimension. I think they're evolving within this new dimension that's spilling through.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think. I could be wrong. They might be pulling through from another dimension, but I'm pretty sure what's happening. And you see it with Godzilla, spoiler, but you see it with Godzilla, he actually evolves throughout the course of the movie. Yeah.
Does he really?
The show.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it happens like quite suddenly each time.
Well,
Yeah, he's surrounded by red mist, and then his face looks different, almost.
yeah. So he has like 4 forms, I think, in this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's only one form where you see the evolution happening, and that's where he goes into his cocoon state.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it happens so quickly you can't see it.
Yeah, because I mean, you went over it in your synopsis, but the show kind of follows the Otaki Factory, which is a group of kind of scientists and engineers, and they are creating this Jet Jaguar robot, and they're investigating weird disturbances they think they can help with.
It's like BuzzFeed Unsolved with a robot.
It is BuzzFeed Unsolved with a robot. And then all of a sudden, the crazy singular point stuff starts happening, and Rodan start appearing first around the place. It was cool to see Rodan again, reimagined as well. And at the same time, you've got May, who is also investigating the singular points, but they hardly connect the two groups, the Otaki Factory and May, because they're both... May's dealing more with organizations, whereas the Otaki Factory are more on ground zero of the singular point, right? They're going up against all the kaiju, trying to stop them.
Which is real weird because, Mei Kamino is introduced as... What's she studying again? She's studying
I can't remember, and I tried to find it. I couldn't find the name of it.
It's like the non-existent biology or creatures that don't exist in this world.
Yeah, she had like a crazy name for it, but basically it's creatures that don't exist.
And what I found weird is that Yun Arikawa, his whole thing was that he was like the tech guy, very smart, but he's working on like the robotics side of Otaki Factory.
Yeah.
And for most of the show, they actually kind of swap roles and don't really deal too much in those areas. You have Mei Kamino, who works more on the tech side of things and trying to uncover this crazy scientist notes. And then you have Yun, who is investigating and dealing with these non-existent monsters.
Yeah.
The roles fully get flipped around. And yeah, they don't meet until the very last episode of the show. We don't see any interactions with them outside of those text chains.
Yeah.
Which is, I quite like it as a concept for a season of a show, having your two main characters, kind of cross over with each other, but almost in passing the entire time. But yeah, outside of that, the whole other cast of characters as well. You have the rest of the Otaki Factory.
Yeah, you got Habaru, and you got Otaki himself, and then I think Satomi, who is kind of the girl that's there very briefly.
No
Very
idea
briefly.
what her role was. I was watching it with my wife, and she was like, every time that girl showed up, she was like, what does she even do?
She's marked online as the clerical worker. So I think she's like their admin person, right?
Yep, she is the receptionist for Otaki Factory.
She just opens up the gate, lets people in and out.
How'd you find that? I don't remember his name. The old man with the weird eyes and the two
Otaki.
teeth.
It's Otaki.
Mr. Otaki.
Is that Mr. Otaki? Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
It's Otaki's Factory. He was nice. I think this show suffers a lot from almost having a lot of one-note characters.
Yeah.
Because he's almost set up as this Doc Brown type character, this really smart dude. But he's pretty much there just to rattle off funny philosophical sentences when Jet Jaguar's there.
Yeah, I love whenever it would be in an action scene that cuts to just his face and his lazy eye. It was almost like comical, just his expression. But I thought, Hamish, this guy was like the D&D characters you like to play. Like this was like a Hamish-coded character, Mr. Otaki, I felt.
Yeah, I definitely like this guy.
I can tell.
Straight away, I was like, oh, there's something about this guy.
Really
the thing
vibe
I
with him.
didn't like was actually his like what do you call it? Is it monologuing?
Yeah. Whenever Jet Jaguar's fighting, he's like, and as the sun rises forth and looks across the distant plains, while he's in the body of Jet Jaguar fighting.
Yeah, and him just blasting it like from a little speaker somewhere on Jet Jaguar for everyone to hear.
Yeah.
And then he gets smacked across across the field and he's just screaming, and then, well, he's not screaming, but you hear him like
Pretty much.
he's just blasting it for everyone to hear, and it just seems so it just seems a bit bizarre.
Yeah. As part of the reason why I really would like to see a second season of this show is because we have all these characters and I feel like we don't really get to delve too much into them. Like Mr. Otaki, I would love to know what this guy's about. Why did he start making this Jet Jaguar robot?
Yeah.
What happened in his past to give him his lazy eye? Why is he shouting all the time? What's up with his dance moves?
Does he actually? Because I feel like what's his name? What is it? Jung? Is that what we said?
The main guy?
The main guy?
Yeah, Jung.
Yeah, he's the guy who's doing everything, right? He's the guy who's doing all the coding. He's the guy who's
Hey, I feel like we forget about our boy Habaru. The guy's just working out, doing pull-ups.
Having some noodles.
We forget about this guy. He doesn't even get his own scene in the intro of the show. Like Yun and Mei get their own, like they're the main characters. Habaru's just got
there.
He's got a quick flash.
Habaru and Mei actually meet.
They
whereas
do.
Jung and Mei don't meet at all.
Maybe Habaru's the main character of this show.
Habaru, he's the one driving that little motorbike.
That motorbike is cool.
Yeah.
It's so great.
I want that little motorbike.
He's like the heart and soul of the Otaki factory,
I would say
really.
it's all on Habaru's very muscular shoulders.
Habaru and Satomi doing the clerical work.
Yeah.
They're keeping the company up. And then you have all the characters on Mei's side of things. She's working closely with Li Ying, like you said.
Yeah, I cannot remember any of these guys' names or what they did, to be honest.
And then you get introduced to like 3 of the higher ups at Shiva Corporation.
Yeah.
My personal favorite character of the whole show was probably Bibi.
BB.
Oh, BB, the old lady with the black eyes.
No, that's not Bibi.
Oh,
I don't know
no.
who she is.
I don't. What did they call her? She was like.
I didn't know this.
BB referred. Oh, now I know
She's Tilda Miller.
Tilda Miller, and BB referred to. She's like the actual boss.
Yeah.
And like BB was referring to her as like the hag or something like that.
Yeah, she looks like a hag.
Who the heck's BB?
Bibi is he's like the white-skinned...
Crazy-eyed dude who was all like, I request permission to use the orthogonal diagonalizer.
He's the one with like that strand of hair that goes over. He's the one who lives in India with his daughter.
Oh, the old man who's got that daughter.
He's not old. He's just got style.
Nah, the
and
best
white hair.
character. The best character of the show.
He's just stressed.
The best character of the show. Takahiro Kai. This blonde guy who's the journalist.
So,
His fit that he has.
so you mean the actual evil villain of the show?
Hey, that's in quotation mark. And like, who knows? He's a journalist, Hamish.
What did you guys think of Misakoiku?
Never heard that name in my life.
Ashihara. So Mr. Ashihara.
Oh, the crazy dude who we don't
Crazy.
really get to see.
What the actual show's about.
Yeah.
I didn't mention him in the synopsis, but because I felt if I did, I would just go on for ages.
Yeah, because he's the one who like they're all trying to decipher all of his past
his
work.
notes.
And I feel like he's the type of character who's set up so that he can have a greater role in the second season.
Because he is in
Yes.
the after credits scene, right? With Mecha Godzilla.
Robo Godzilla.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Robo Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only just noticed that online that that's what they've called him.
Technically not.
Did you have a favorite character, Hamish? Was it him?
No. Favorite character, that's a tough one.
Pelo 2.
I don't actually really know if I have a favorite character. I'm trying to think. Probably I might have to agree with you on BB, to be honest.
He's so good.
Yeah.
There's that whole scene the first time they go into that huge well and he's wearing the mask and fake Gabara
Yeah.
Ape Gabara is climbing up and they're just running up those stairs.
Yeah. Or when he like sets off the orthogonal diagonalizer for the first time and he's just standing there like motionless as these spikes are shooting up past him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And, like scratch up his face.
Yeah,
and
he's
just,
great.
Like,
I'm impressed by how well you say orthogonal diagonalizer, by the way.
Yeah, I can't pronounce anything else, but I can pronounce that.
Well, I mean, did you guys have a favorite? This is a more important question in your favorite human character. Did you guys have a favorite look for Pelops too? Because I was quite partial to the centipede. The centipede Pelops?
Just the little rectangle with a face on it.
Oh, the actual like robot thing?
Yeah.
Nah, give me dog form.
Just a classic. What about the dog in a diver suit?
Oh yeah, with the flippers.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we're talking about favorite characters, it would probably be BB and Pelops too.
Yeah.
Pelo too. They're great. I love them, especially in those final scenes where they're like swimming through the time.
Right.
I don't even know what to call it.
It was just, I don't know.
Because the only things that can travel back in time are AI, presumably?
No, it's just because that computer was a singular point.
The Shiva
Well,
computer.
it was built around a
It
single.
was built around, so it was in like all times, all the time.
Okay.
So
I feel like there
Can I-
needed to be just a character in the show who was just like, man, I
guys.
guess these things are happening. I don't know.
Can you explain this to me, guys? Come on.
Can I ramble a little bit? Because I feel like there's something that's really like a key, not a key part, but like a part I felt was really cool. That
Ramble.
did any of you guys pick up on the fact that with Mr. Ashihara, how he originally came like the bones that they find of Godzilla?
Yeah.
Big Godzilla bones.
Yeah, that essentially the story is before World War II, Godzilla basically came up out of the ocean and attacked a small village, and then he got killed by the military or whatever, and that Mr. Ashihara was there at the time.
Yeah.
He was a child, and that was his childhood village or home or whatever.
Is that explained in the show?
Yeah, and then they mention it amongst like a million other things in a single sentence,
It's probably in a text chain.
yeah. And then World War II happens and everyone forgets about it because it's like right before World War II, and then World War II happens and then everyone...
It just overtakes the media.
Yeah, exactly. And then Ashihara purchases the bones when he gets older and puts them underneath that... that's why that whole factory exists with the people recording and like why they've got jobs just recording the signals and stuff, and they don't know why they're actually there.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell.
No, I think
anyway,
you're right.
that's what it is. But I found that it's like really interesting. And that's a key thing for Robozilla. Is that what he's called?
Robo Godzilla. Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's a whole thing about those bones being the thing that was transporting that Indian song.
Yeah.
But then buried in the Indian song was all of these different hex codes that all the characters had to decipher and ended up relating to the text chains as well as specific dates and times.
Because Yun wasn't actually sending those texts in the present, right? He sends them, he's communicating with her from the future?
No, he
The
is
text
sending them in the
chains?
present.
Is he?
Yeah.
The text chains are happening as normal,
Okay.
but then buried in the song was codes that they had to decipher of dates and times, and each of those times referenced a specific message that he sent at that time.
Yeah.
This is what we mean by there's like 50 different sciencey things going on every single episode.
Can we talk about the monsters, guys?
I was about to say something. Okay, so we can. Yeah.
No, go
sorry.
on.
I love this is the reason why I love this show, okay? Is all the sciencey stuff. Trying to understand it. My fear is at the end it's just a like useless knowledge that I don't I'll get to the end of this and I'll be like, this doesn't this is just like learning about a sci-fi show and it doesn't.
This is real hard physics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is going towards my what are they called? Papers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I'm going to publish, and
Okay.
then I'm going to be real famous.
I wonder if there's a paper published on Singular Point. It's like, are all the physics science on this accurate?
Well, yeah, I feel like some of the topics are
Oh, they're all related to real phenomena.
they're all related to real things, but then like
With a sci-fi
obviously
twist.
it's all blown out.
Yeah.
But isn't that what sci-fi is all about though? It's like you take an idea of a theory and then you just blow it way out of proportion.
Yeah, push it to its
and
extremes.
then you add kaiju into it, and then that's it. You know.
Yeah.
I just wish it were a bit more explored here, because you only have so much time in 13 episodes. This whole show felt like to me as if it were the entire like series of Lost by J.J. Abrams, condensed into 13 episodes.
Yeah.
The whole show just feels like it has this insane scope with so many different ideas that they can only devote like a few seconds to before moving on.
Yeah, because again, I didn't mind the science stuff, but it's just like what you're describing there. They've just jammed so much into the limited runtime that it makes up the majority of the show at the end, I feel. Like, because I think some of the monster reveals and the actual fight scenes in this, they were definitely my favorite part.
Oh, yeah. There are some real cool, like, proper mech kaiju fight scenes.
Yeah.
Especially with Jet Jaguar as the main character.
Jet Jaguar, when he's going up against like Rodans and slicing them in half with the Anguirus spear, going up against all the Kumanga.
Jasha, give us a rundown of the monsters here, because there are a lot.
You guys mind if we just for a second here?
Yeah.
We'll just take a step away from the science.
Probably should.
But Godzilla's in this with 4 different forms. I believe it's his Aquatilus form, his Amphibia form, his Terrestris form, and his Ultima form.
Yeah.
The 4 forms of Godzilla.
And his skeleton form.
And the other Godzilla's skeleton form, who is then evolved into Robo Godzilla, I guess. We have Jet Jaguar, and Jet Jaguar goes through a different few stages, I guess, from the initial AI to the like the weird looking Jet Jaguar body with the lanky arms and the little feet that are hopping around.
Well, you also have like the wheeled Jet Jaguar and the like propeller Jet Jaguar.
And then the big proper kaiju Jet Jaguar at the end. We'll
talk about that one.
Yeah, we will. We also have the knockoff Gabara, Salunga. We have Rodans, Anguirus, Manda is in here. A few Mandas. Kumanga, who I think was my favorite. I love seeing this little spider guy show up. And then fighting alongside the Kumanga are things called Kamungas that are like Kumanga but have like one big pincer instead of a few. Okay. Kamungas. And then there's a Meganulon or a few Meganulons, the bugs that are like parasites on Godzilla's back.
Yeah.
And then I think Mothra could be in this, the little coloured moths that are spreading the dust potentially.
I think it's just like a...
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
When they're like, oh, that's a butterfly. No, that's a moth because it's coming out at night. Wink, wink. It's a moth, guys. But I think that's all the monsters. And I think it's...
I think you've missed one.
Have I?
I don't know. I'm not as savvy with the names, so you might have mentioned it. I just didn't hear it, and I can't remember the actual name. But what was the name of that monster that was like a big, like...
Anguirus?
No. In the old movies, the monster that was like a trash monster.
Yeah, Hedorah.
Hedorah. Did you mention Hedorah?
No, but is it really Hedorah? Because it's like the Kumanga blood that for a split second almost becomes Hedorah.
It looks exactly like
the
Hedorah.
eyes. It's
definitely a little reference to
I
Hedorah
think
there.
when I looked up the list of kaiju, Hedorah was mentioned, I feel like.
Yeah, but I think Hedorah and a lot of the others are in the end credits, which I think we'll get into later.
Like every single kaiju is in the credits. Yeah.
In this show in some capacity.
But I do like that's something this show does as well, is even if there isn't a monster in it, they do make references to a lot of them. Like May wears Mothra's cap and hat.
Someone has a Baragon phone case.
Yeah, there's
a Mogira.
There's a Mogira little
icon.
AI thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of references in here to a lot of them.
And yeah, I mean, my favorite part were these monster fights because I feel like with the anime trilogy, the 3 anime movies we've talked about on the show previously, I really like how they can do fight sequences in anime, and they were very short and a bit lackluster in the anime trilogy. So I was stoked when we got some real cool stuff here, when the music would be blaring, where Jet Jaguar would be slicing things in half, and it would almost go into slow-mo for a few seconds as he was doing it. And it's a shame that they just, again, there wasn't much of it. When it was in it, it was really, really good, but they devoted a lot more time to the sciencey stuff than the actual monsters, I still feel.
Yeah. It definitely felt a bit unbalanced. And even in the final episode, Jet Jaguar somehow becomes the size of a full kaiju.
Because it was in the song, right? The way to upgrade the AI to become kaiju size?
Along with like 4 other things in the song. Yeah.
Well, because they explained, right, with that, do you remember there was that like text he sent out to her that was like a bunch of numbers and stuff? And then
that was like, crack the code and you'll understand.
Yeah. But they were realizing that there was like an infinite number of things you could like that could work out to be those numbers or something like that. Oh, I don't know. It was real weird. And so it would take them like way too long to like decipher it.
Yeah.
Unless you knew what it was already or something along those lines.
Yeah. Codes you can only crack if you have the answer.
Yeah. Yeah. And then isn't that kind of what the song was meant to be?
I don't know.
I feel like the idea was that it was like was like the idea of jamming like almost an infinite amount of information within like a small, I don't know how it works.
I think you're right. I don't think it's portrayed well.
No, I don't think it is. But I think the idea is that when you've got a supercomputer hooked up to a time warp, you can kind of figure out, you could jam anything into anything.
Hamish, here's my question though. How did Jet Jaguar get a signal that made him huge?
It was the red mist.
It's just time.
Time travel.
It's just time travel.
I am stoked we got a full-size Jet Jaguar fight, because it would have been weird if we had little Jet Jaguar going up against Godzilla.
It wasn't super long as well, but it was pretty cool when it happened.
But I did like how they explored a lot of the monster stuff, because we had Anguirus in this, and it had his spikes, which like could tell the future and deflect things in time, which was super interesting. And the fight against Anguirus is real cool as well, when Jet Jaguar's got the harpoon gun and is like shooting into Anguirus's jaw. And then I really loved an early Rodan fight when it's just the Otaki crew going up against Rodan. Fight. No, it's going up against a few Rodans, and there's people trapped in the bus. And Yun comes up with a cool idea and is like working with the AI to figure out a way to simulate a Rodan noise. And he's like poking holes into plastic bottles and then firing them from a bow and arrow.
That was probably one of my favorite Yoon moments there, because it showcases his character real well.
There's a few times we did that, because early on as well, when his mate Habaru's joking about, Yoon, you could probably tell what we'll have for lunch in 2 weeks. And Yoon like actually systematically works out what they're probably going to eat for lunch in 2 weeks' time.
It feels like a lot of that just gets pushed to the side in the latter episodes, sadly.
Yeah.
I really got like a MacGyver feel when he was like doing those arrows, And
it was cool, I wish we had more of it, because it was only a few times, and then the AI and May and stuff would figure out all the other stuff later in the show.
The AI is like the smartest thing on earth.
My goodness.
And Yoon made it, right?
Yeah. And the show takes place in 2030?
Yeah.
We could, who knows, 6 years
6 years, guys, get ready.
Did you guys have a like standout monster? Because I think Kumanga was it for me. I love seeing a huge horde of Kumanga, especially when they were in the red mist going up against Jet Jaguar. I thought that was real cool.
I think definitely Anguirus for me.
Nice.
With his crazy, weird spikes.
He also revives himself a couple times too, right?
Well, he just sort of, I don't know how he does that. He just sort of
recovery mode.
It's unstoppable.
But yeah, I love how I think they worked out that like, what did they say? They were like, because he could kind of predict the future, right?
Yeah,
and that was how he was reflecting everything. And then they went into all that discussion about like when there's all that philosophical discussion about when there's a future that you can predict but you can't change. Like what the point in
if you're going to die anyway, what's the point?
Yeah, and that's kind of what happened with him, because it's like it was so close. The harpoon was so close to him that he couldn't reflect it at all.
He was cool. Anguirus has been forgotten about. There's been a lot of Godzilla movies that have just left him by the wayside. So I was stoked for him to get like a couple episodes in the show that were focused on him. It was awesome.
He's my favorite monster in this as well because, he gets like 3 episodes where the Otaki crew is like solely focused on him.
And it's before Godzilla's properly shown up, before the science gets real weird and out there. It's like one of the early things they actually figure out.
I did laugh a lot at the fact that he deflected 1 bullet and Yun's immediate reaction is like, oh, it can see the future. It's like, maybe he just deflected a bullet.
There's a few reactions from Yun because someone's like talking to Yun on the phone early on and they just say JJ, and then Yun's like, whoa, J Jaguar, how did you know about J Jaguar? What's going on? And then
he's like jumping.
Number.
Yeah.
Jumps to so many conclusions.
I don't think he can predict the future. I think his spikes are just
maybe they just got
all over the place, so that anything that hits it will bounce off.
He's that's this real dumb, unstoppable monster, and they're giving him so much credit.
Yeah, so smart. You could see into the future.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
going to happen.
Mr. Otaki grabbed his spike and made it into a spear because of its future-seeing capabilities.
Yeah,
and that's not used at all.
No,
it's just a really good little fighting spear.
Cool looking spear.
Exactly. I feel like if it could actually see in the future, it would know how to avoid him actually coming up with a spike. You know.
Save it for season 2.
Yeah.
That's when the Anguirus spike will come into play.
I'm going to be honest. As far as like the monsters go for this, and I know it's a Godzilla show, so that's all actually, the monsters matter a lot. I wasn't a huge fan of like most of the monsters in this show. I feel like I didn't love the style, especially the Rodans.
The ones made by the Ghibli animator.
Yeah. They're not in a Ghibli style though.
They are. That goes to the classic anime like 2D and then 3D when it's monsters, like different animated.
I just didn't like their model, basically. They look too much like a dinosaur.
How about the Rodan plushies?
Yeah,
those were great. Give me one of those. No, I get what you mean though. Like all of them are stylized to be very realistic.
Yeah, and a lot of reds. I feel like their coloring is like reddish orange.
Well, it's the red mist, Hamish.
Yeah, I know.
It's the singular point, bro.
No, Anguirus. I feel like Anguirus. Am I getting it right? I feel like they did his. Like I actually prefer him in this than when in the past when I've seen him in movies. Like I prefer this look.
Hot take. I really didn't like Godzilla in this.
It's hard because this is after Shin Godzilla.
It feels like they're 1-for-1 ripping off Shin Godzilla, which is strange because Godzilla's never been a monster that evolves from something that's like a fish. And it's strange that they're making that a iconic part of his character in this when it was just done in Shin Godzilla previously. And I think it's done worse here. Like, we hardly see scenes of Godzilla. He's just this meandering monster, slowly evolving. And yeah, I mean, the destruction scenes and his atomic breath's awesome. The circular, like...
Rings.
Oh, I loved his atomic breath.
Yeah, but I feel like he's got less character here than even Godzilla Earth. Like, he's a singular point. He's just like something for them to add into their equations, and that's all Godzilla is in this whole show.
It's hard because if we're doing the comparison to Shin Godzilla, like that whole movie was focused on him, and you got so much time with pretty much each stage of that creature. And in this one, it feels like you barely get to see any of one form before it changes on to the next.
Yeah,
and there's almost no reasoning as to why it needs to. And yeah, you have. What is Terrestris the blue one? I think before Ultima.
I think so. Yeah.
You see that do one atomic breath and then instantly change into Ultima. It feels like it kind of forced the evolutionary aspect in there. And that's probably another reason why Anguirus was my favorite, because it was just Anguirus and that was it.
What it did evolve. It went bigger.
It went bigger?
Yeah. The first Anguirus was like, I don't know, the size of a bus maybe. The second Anguirus was ginormous. Like it was, they even mentioned it that he'd gotten bigger.
Well, it didn't,
because the Rodans,
it was just the size, so it wasn't.
But the Rodans evolved too, right? Their beaks change and they grow like more horns.
And eventually there was a big Rodan as well.
Yeah,
so every 3 seconds that tried to take on Godzilla, and then he took him out with like one.
Yeah, he got owned.
I wanted to see more of that Rodan, to be honest. It looked a lot better than the rest.
That Rodan might have been my favorite creature.
Yeah. Maybe.
5 seconds.
I'm not sure if Godzilla was a singular point prior to getting to his ultimate form, or Like, I think he probably was. He probably was. But I do wonder if one of the monsters gets big enough, if it just becomes a singular point, because they all seem to be getting bigger.
Like if that's the last stage of the
Godzilla
evolution.
was in the water for so long, and then eventually got big enough.
That's what it felt like to me. That like the kaiju were growing into singular points.
Yeah.
And they themselves weren't they weren't like physical beings almost. Like they were almost eldritch, horror-y, coming through time and space and slowly getting evolved by the red mist.
Yeah.
Which I thought was an interesting take on them.
I think that is actually what it's diving into a lot, is that kind of like nothing's
natural almost.
Nothing's natural. Nothing really makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's just, eldritch horror is probably a good way of describing it.
Yeah. Well, Mike, I'll hand over to you to get into some trivia soon. But one of my main negatives with this show is there is so much going on that the show doesn't focus on one particular point and doesn't do one thing well. I feel even when you're looking at this against the anime trilogy, I know this was an unpopular take. A lot of people in the anime trilogy didn't like our main protagonist, Haruo. But I felt like we spent a lot of time with Haruo in those movies. He did get like a really good character arc. He went through a lot of things. You could feel the pain and the torture that he was dealing with internally at times. And he had an arc. And in this, like every single human character just had one defining feature about them. And we didn't spend enough time with any of them to actually learn to grow attached to them at all.
Yeah, I get that. I definitely agree. I feel like I feel like there wasn't any character development at all in this, really.
I don't think so.
Well, I don't know, like
because we saw a lot of May. I think she was the person who we spent the most time with.
But did she grow and change at all?
No, most of her time is just spent talking about those on her phone or talking about those theoretical physics ideas. So that with her and all the rest of the characters, unless they're talking about something relevant to the plot, we don't really get to see them.
It's like everyone is doing the exposition dumps, and that's all any scene with human characters are in this almost.
Yeah. But like, do you think that there was character development then within?
I wouldn't. No, I think there's one character who had character development, and I think it was Pelops too.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the only character, and that's... Is that character development? He just sort of, or she just sort of formed more of...
Oh, they turned into Pelops 3 at the end, didn't they?
They got like a baby voice at the end and had to relearn maths.
Oh, yes.
No, that's not Pelops.
That's not Pelops, though. That's...
the other bit of the robot.
What was he called? They just called him
This is Young. Or Jet Jaguar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess both the AI had great character development.
Jet Jaguar had
Jet Jaguar had great character development.
But like I feel like even with May, when her mentor, what was her name again? I said it in the synopsis. Lee died. Like I feel like that was meant to be like a real emotional scene, but they didn't have enough time to really dwell on it. And then afterwards, it's almost like it never really happened. Well, and people were mentioning it like it was just like, oh well, she's dead.
Well, I was watching it, and right after that scene where Lee picks up the cat and tries to save it. You remember this, Jasha?
Yeah, the cat.
The next scene we see May in is a flashback to when Lee is still alive. And they're having this conversation about like changing your answers by sending information back. And that's when she's like, what about the number -1?
Yeah.
And Lee says something like, well, it refers to things which aren't there anymore. And it's kind of hinting that Lee is the -1 because she's not there anymore.
Whoa.
But again, it's not done super well.
That's one scene when the science was blowing my mind, when they were like, okay, I'm going to ask you a question and it's going to be like this number. And then she changed her answer depending on the number that was asked for. And then the question itself changed and they were like pointing at things around the restaurant. It was like blowing my mind. That's as sciencey as I can get.
I'm going to do this with you next time we go out to eat.
I didn't understand that scene.
But you understand the OD and everything.
I don't understand any of it. I'm just...
Singular point, what is it?
No, I feel like I can come up with theories, or I can regurgitate what has been explained to me, like dumbed right down for me to then understand. But I don't know if it actually is correct.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what a theoretical physics is, right?
I guess.
That's why you have doctorate.
Yeah, exactly. Why the heck did Lee go after a cat and try and save a cat?
Nah, this is character development for her. I loved her doing this.
All right.
Her saving that cat, I stood up in front of my TV.
Connected to a character in the show.
Yeah.
That scene, just before she ran out, the cat runs up and then there's like a Rodan. Rodan? Yeah, I'm making sure I don't get all the monster names mixed up. Fly is like, I think it sees the cat and it starts like flying.
Yeah.
And then the cat's just like, all its fur goes up and it starts hissing at it. And it's just so funny. I don't know why. I was just like,
That's funny.
What does that cat think it's going to do? Why is it stopped?
Micah's heart's breaking and you're just laughing at your
You're
TV.
making fun of this cat. It just thinks it's a bird. It's off in the distance. It can't tell perspective.
Should we, Micah,
Guys,
take us through some trivia?
Can I talk about a little bit of the trivia?
And maybe, do you have even a list of some of the things that happen in the after, not the after
Yes.
credits, but the credit sequence itself?
Yeah, so we'll talk about a credit sequence.
Okay.
Just to mention a few offhand things here. If we're talking about the main theme song for this show.
Oh, it's called In Case by B.I.S.H. Bish.
Bish.
Great song.
Great song. This is an idol group in Japan. And when they were asked to write the theme song for this show, they felt that, and I quote, the Godzilla series appealed more to otaku men. So they really wanted to know why they were asked about bringing their own style and singing to this table. But they were already fans of Godzilla, and specifically Godzilla's son, Manila.
Oh, thank you, Bish.
You like Manila, don't you, Hamish?
Yeah.
What? Let's not talk about it. Continue with the trivia, please.
And Manila's insanely popular in Japan, it seems like.
As he is in this room. Go on, Micah.
Yep. And they also enjoyed the show and found May's outfits to be really cute, which is why they're all on board with
She
this.
did have good t-shirts. She has a Mothra hat.
You can buy every t-shirt that she wears in this show.
It was a bit on the nose.
Where do you buy those from?
It was a bit on the nose, the last t-shirt she's wearing, how it's like a snake eating its own tail. I was like, all right, things are repeating, time's going on again. Okay.
And we all know how Jet Jaguar is like the main character of this show.
It was cool seeing more of him.
It's joked all across the internet that this show should have been called Jet Jaguar Singular Point.
That would make sense.
Would people watch the show if it was called Jet Jaguar?
Maybe.
I would, but I don't know if others would.
I would. But it was the director Takahashi who suggested having this character in the show. And the producer Yoshizawa really did not like Jet Jaguar. He's quoted as saying, "Oh no," when first asked about the idea. Because Jet Jaguar isn't like the most popular person in Japan either.
Oh, really?
In the franchise? Well, they've only been in one Godzilla movie prior to this.
Yeah.
What movie was that?
Have you seen Godzilla vs. Megalon with Jet Jaguar's?
No, I don't think so.
Watch it with Milo. You guys would love it.
Yeah. It's one of the goofy ones, but I really love it.
Same director who does a lot of the wacky Godzilla stuff.
I love the moment in this where I think Jet Jaguar gets repaired and then powers back on, and you see like his eyes light up and there's like an iconic Jet Jaguar sound that happens. I was like, man, my boy's back.
All we were missing is a handshake.
Yeah. A thumbs up, please.
And when the trailer for this first came out, the whole team was insanely surprised because no one thought that Jet Jaguar was going to be as popular as he was. And everyone started just really, really loving him because of this show and this trailer.
Oh, well, that's nice. I don't think I really knew who Jet Jaguar was when I was watching this. And I was like, why on earth has he got this weird name and this weird, wacky design?
But you're a fan now?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely...
Have you seen his original form?
I think I have, yeah.
He looks much more like a proper
Person in a
person.
suit.
Yeah, but it makes sense. It's more the head shape. It makes sense now why they have that weird head shape for this robot.
It's super exaggerated.
Yeah.
There's a few other things, like there's so many references in this show, but Jasha, at one point they were talking about how Manda's corpse was on the beach.
Yeah.
And they were saying how it might have been gigantic sea roaches that killed it and ate it.
Sea louses.
That's what Shockirus is called in
There we go.
Return of Godzilla, a gigantic sea roach.
Thank you. When are we getting Shockirus as a guest on the show?
Is Shockirus... Sorry, what movie was that from?
Return of Godzilla.
The first Heisei movie.
Right, they encounter it on a ship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I only know this from your guys' show.
If this doesn't work out as you as a third host,
Yeah.
we might have to track down
Shockirus.
Shockirus.
I feel like if we
I
each
look
had
forward to listening to that episode.
if we each had personal AI like Pelops 2, I feel like Jasha's would be Shockirus.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah.
Mine definitely wouldn't be a cat.
Yours would be your cat. Yours would be Smeagol too.
Smeagol too. The cat is not even yours but still lives at your place.
Okay, let's not get into that.
And obviously orthogonal diagonalizer, OD, oxygen destroyer.
Yeah, it looks exactly like it almost too.
Yeah. But the main thing about this show, where
Yeah.
all the references come into play,
Heck yeah.
is that final credit scene
Yeah.
where
I
May
watched-
Kamino is just on her laptop, sleeping, running around the place.
I watched this every single episode. Netflix was like, want to skip? And I was like, no, watch credits.
Really? Thank you.
I skipped past it.
Wait, you haven't seen it?
What? Is this the
Oh,
end song?
Hamish.
The end song?
Yeah.
Oh, when you guys were saying end credit scene, I just thought of the actual end credit scene. At the
There is an end credit scene, but have you never seen this end credits?
I might have made it play through once on accident when like
On
when the
accident.
next episode button disappeared, and I was like, oh dang.
I'm done.
We're going to have to manually go to the next
Okay,
episode now.
tell me what happened. What happened?
No, so
Too much to talk about, to be honest.
honestly, this end credits is just so jam-packed full of references to every single movie in the past. You get sequences of like Jet Jaguar and Kuryu from the Millennium Godzilla movies fighting alongside each other.
Classic King Caesar.
Yeah, I want like
Manda?
if you go onto YouTube, there's like 6-minute long videos pointing out every reference. But I wanted to just say a few of my favorites.
Can I say my favorite?
Yeah.
My favorite was the Zone Fighter family looking up at Kumanga. They're referencing Zone Fighter.
It's so good, dude.
Amazing.
Yeah, just to name a few scenes with things happening. Kumanga's on the side of a building, slightly covering a poster of two Shobijin. There's the pink towel man from Shin Godzilla there, recording on his phone.
Yes.
There's the Zone Fighter family, ready to attack with some zillions standing by, as well as the cleaning lady from Shin Godzilla.
Iconic character.
There's the scene where we have the Mega Nulon from the Rodan movie,
Yeah.
cordoned off with Dr. Serizawa standing by. There's 4 M Space Hunter Nebula aliens looking on, with their shadows all in the shapes of cockroaches. There's Captain Gordon looking from the bushes.
Wait, no way, I missed him.
There's little kids Ichiro and Sachiko from All Monsters Attack
I
looking
saw
on.
those booty shorts.
We have other scenes where we see Ichiro again. We see King Caesar biting Manda.
Yeah, that was cool.
Most of the cast from Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla here. And this is probably where my favorite references come in. Running towards the camera, away from them, you see Nico Totopoulos, Audrey Timmons, Dr. Philippe Roche, Dr. Elsie Chapman, even Dr. Mendel Craven is here in this scene.
No way. From the Godzilla animated series and the 98 movie.
As well as Mayor Ebert. He's there as well. And there's just so many things. You see Dr. Yamane and Steve Martin looking up on Burning Godzilla.
Steve Martin? I need to rewatch this even though I saw it 13 times.
Guys, this is all just... Nah, I recognize them mainly from your show,
recognize
from
names.
your podcast. I recognize some of it.
In that scene with Kuryu and Jet Jaguar, Jet Jaguar is holding Megalon's horn
Yeah.
and his hands ripped off. And there's that random like homeless dude from Return of Godzilla there as well.
It's just feasting in all the abandoned restaurants.
That's like a quarter of the references. Every single scene of these is jam-packed with characters, and every single one of them is someone from the previous Godzilla movies.
Man,
It's so great.
Awesome.
I just assumed it was like a typical anime like end credit scene with just like nonsensical junk just thrown in with like, with poppy music,
Yeah.
and I was just like, I'll skip.
Most credits are. I find outro songs for most anime to be really cool.
I thought all the music in this was great. The intro song, the outro song. I've added the intro song to my little current faves playlist on Apple Music.
Good stuff, dude. And that's one of the main things that people actually don't like about this show is the end credit scene is just so great and features so many different mashups that they're like, why isn't this the show?
I have to be honest, I would prefer a Zone Fighter show of the Zone Fighter family going up against creatures than whatever we got with Singular Point.
Because wouldn't it be just great to have a show which throws all of these established monsters and characters together? Imagine an episode where it's King Caesar fighting Manda.
Almost the stuff that's
with Dr. Nika Totopoulos there.
Yeah, but that kind of stuff happens in a lot of the graphic novels and comics that are coming out at the moment. So it would have been awesome to see that in anime format.
Yeah. Well, that's the theory, though, isn't it? That this is setting up for like a multiverse.
Yeah, I guess.
Is it?
That's the theory. That with the whole like Singular Point, bending like dimensions and universes and time travel. That suddenly now you can have like.
Are you telling me that
multiverse stuff?
Are you telling me season 2 is going to have Dr. Mendel Craven and Dr. Yamane fighting together?
What?
Monsterverse.
Who are these two people?
Monsterverse Godzilla becomes a Singular Point.
Wait, Hamish, you know who Serizawa is, right?
Serizawa. I recognize the name. I don't want to say who it is in case I get it wrong.
Hamish, you know who Kyle Chandler is, right?
Again, I recognize the name.
Captain Gordon?
I do recognize that name as well.
Freaking Captain Gordon.
I recognize the name.
I'm writing down in my notebook of potential Podzilla hosts. Hamish, did you want to go through some final notes and give us your rating for Godzilla Singular Point? I feel like there's so much we haven't covered because it is such a long show. But if you've got anything else you want to mention.
One thing, actually, I was going to ask you guys was, so I heard someone talking about the idea that this is potentially the most powerful Godzilla that we have encountered thus far. And I know that like in the anime movie series just before, we had that Godzilla that was like massive and crazy.
You're asking us who the most...
I wonder if you would agree with that, or who you think is the most powerful Godzilla form that we've encountered thus far.
I feel like it's going to be hard to defeat Godzilla Earth, who was kind of unstoppable in that trilogy. But to be honest, at this point, it feels like every movie that comes out or every show, that's the most powerful Godzilla. Like Godzilla Ultima, Shin Godzilla, Godzilla and -1, all these guys are just almost unstoppable unless there's a certain like series of things that happen to be able to end them.
Not quite, though. Shin Godzilla, they just cemented him, right? They just froze him.
I guess they just gave him a drink and then
they just came up with a way to do it. Whereas I feel like there wasn't just a single way to do it. They just found a way and did it.
The fact that for this Godzilla they literally had to create time travel to defeat him, lends a bit of credence to that statement.
I'm going to lock in most powerful Godzilla, Chibi Godzilla, just because we haven't seen his true power yet.
Yeah.
This is what Godzilla Battle Line is for.
Yeah, exactly.
It's for hashing it out.
But I just feel like, because you notice that in his third form, just before getting to Ultimate Godzilla, he has that breath weapon. He actually has a breath weapon before but he has the breath weapon where it's literally just a ring, which is like Son of Godzilla's ring.
Manila.
Hey.
Yeah, a little throwback there, I reckon.
Could he be the most powerful Godzilla?
Maybe. But how it's not at its most powerful form.
Yeah.
Yet like a big, like I would say an actual Rodan. Not like a little baby Rodan like we've been seeing. Like I think the large Rodan that came in. Rodan? I'm getting the name right?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Like I think that is the actual, like if you were to take that like and compare it to the Rodans in the past, this would be like
it's actually
it would be on par.
It's actually Radon. Just
Radon?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that actually how you pronounce it? Radon?
You'll never know.
Like I feel like it's actually on par with those ones, right? Like the ones now are just like little pterodactyls, right?
In this,
yeah. So the big one, I feel like that's this is actually Rodan, you know? And he takes it out with one of his breaths that isn't fully evolved yet.
How did they actually defeat him at the end? Because Jacob kind of just like gets hit by the breath, but then
So he sets off the orthogonal diagonalizer. I think I mispronounced it this time. Orthogonal.
The OD, thank you.
The orthogonal diagonalizer. And that's what kills him.
Yeah.
And it's not even said if it kills him.
And it also kills every single other person in the city as they're impaled.
Oh,
by
yeah,
crystals.
definitely. Everyone in that city's dead. But like, we don't actually know if it actually properly killed them, because before that, when they were setting off the OD, it would shoot out the red spikes, which couldn't hold their form for long enough.
Yeah.
And so all it did was it impaled them and stopped them from moving. And then eventually they would be able to break out. And I'm wondering if this, all it is that it's a permanent, like spikes that holds him in place, and he's not actually gone.
I would love the idea of Tokyo just forever being this wasteland of 13th dimensional crystals.
Yeah, with the big Godzilla in the middle, just spiked.
They do make the Robo Godzilla using its skeleton. No, that's a different. Actually, we don't know. You're right.
Because they use and I think the other skeleton looked more like a traditional Godzilla, I feel like, from the skeleton. Like, that was not the skeleton of the Godzilla we saw in Tokyo. Like that, its head was way different shaped and size.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the most powerful form.
Hey, could be.
And also probably, in my opinion, it's a toss-up between Shin Godzilla and this Godzilla for the breath weapon. How cool the breath weapons look. I feel like
those two have pretty dang cool breath weapons.
I love the fact that it's not actually coming out of his mouth, that he's just forming it there in front of him.
Awesome.
Anyway, sorry. So that was my question. Was just, what do you guys think?
Yeah, he's pretty
Chibi
powerful.
Godzilla,
Chibi Godzilla locked in. Yeah. Godzuki for you, Micah.
Yeah. I miss it, man. Hamish, did you have a rating for this one?
I don't know. What would be a good rating system?
Look, I would say out of the 13 different states of archetypes, but I feel like that's too crazy.
You're going to change up the whole your rating system to 13 instead of 5.
This is why I'm not making it for this episode.
How many orthogonal diagonalizers were sent around the world?
This is perfect because we started off Podzilla with out of oxygen destroyers. So this is full circle.
Yeah. Okay. So how many orthogonal diagonalizers out of 5?
Yeah, how many?
Sent around the world?
Yeah.
Would I send?
Yeah.
A solid 4. Oh. I would send 4 orthogonal diagonalizers around the world.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Jasha, how many orthogonal diagonalizers would you send around the world?
I'm just going through my notes. Guys, we got to get some Podzilla styled Otaki factory jackets. The kind of look they had.
I actually love their color scheme.
Yeah. Yun's running around in his jacket and his flip-flops, his jandals, the whole show.
There's those like traditional Japanese wooden jandals with a little...
So good. There's heaps of references. I saw a time when I think May was looking up giant lizards and kaiju, and then there was a piece of art that looked like the poster from Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, which was pretty cool. But to be honest, guys, I wasn't quite taken with the show in general. There were aspects of it I loved. I loved seeing this anime style. I think it was a step up in terms of animation from the anime trilogy. But again, I just felt like it was doing so much and there wasn't enough time for anything to breathe. I didn't care about any of these characters. I didn't even care about Godzilla. I couldn't understand. Or maybe I'm just too dumb for the show because even though there was so much said about the science, I still feel like I've just come away with like such a simple understanding of it all. Most of it just doesn't make sense to me. And yeah, the main thing, like I just didn't connect to any of it. I was sitting down, I loved what I was seeing, but I've come away and I'm probably going to be sending 2.5 ODs around the world.
Wait,
you have to say it. You have to say it.
Can you clarify what ODs are?
2.5 orthogonal diagonalizers across the world. I did really like aspects of this, and I think it looked gorgeous, but yeah, none of it really worked well cohesively for me.
Yeah, no, that's fair, dude.
Like singularities, more like a bunch of sloppy lines to me to quote.
You had the gall to write that down as a note.
Dude, Habaru said that.
Sloppy lines.
Yeah, and I was like, man, I feel you, Habaru.
A few thoughts I had here. Give me one of those Rodan plushies.
Yes.
We saw it in like the first or second episode, and then a few episodes later, we found out that it had like its own little voice box, and can dance around.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Please. My birthday surely is next month.
You don't want one of those like $120 Pelops 2 figures that I've seen going around.
I've looked on our local Mighty Ape store in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Everything Singular Point is just so expensive. And we found some blind boxes for the kaiju a year or two ago. You can't get those in New Zealand anymore, and I'm so sad about it. But I saw you can get those official Otaki Factory jackets as well.
That's so cool.
And I was thinking, Jaysha, you as Habaru, me as Yun,
Hamish is Pelops 2.
Hamish is Mr. Otaki.
Yeah, actually, that was way better.
Yeah, definitely.
Guys, we have to dress
I gotta
up
hit the
sometime.
gym. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't have too much else for this. I feel like general thoughts, I feel like Godzilla is quite underused in the show. And where they left it off, I'd be so curious as to see how they would even have a season 2 if he doesn't come back in some capacity.
It was quite a well-formed story, even though didn't make much sense to me. Like, I don't think a season 2 is necessary unless they were spinning off into that Zone Fighter show, you know?
I don't know, because they bring back Mr. was trapped in the time boat for the past 50 years.
The old scientist, Ashihara.
Ashihara, yeah. Like, I feel like there's such a clear season 2 place for this to go. But I wonder if a different show would be better. That being said, I would really love to see all these characters again. I did have a fun time with them. And like, even though there were so many ideas thrown into here, I feel like the theoretical physics did bring the show down a good bit, because I would have just loved to spend more time on each individual idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just jam-packed with so many characters and so many ideas that you don't really have time to have any of them shine. But every other capacity, like, I love all of the creature designs here. I love, like, the whole visual style of this anime is just absolutely 5 out of 5 for me. I could watch this style for yonks and yonks. Yeah, as it is though, I think I would be giving it 3 orthogonal diagonalizers out of 5. Like, I definitely enjoyed it, but this is probably one of the more recent ones where I can definitely say it's not without its flaws.
Yeah.
That being said, though, like, one of the writers of Singular Point, I think his name's To Enjo on Twitter, in 2023, last year, when somebody asked him about the chances of a season 2, he officially said, due to the contract, all I can say is there may or may not be a next season. But that's kind of saying that there is a contract in place at the moment.
Hey.
So
There's so much stuff that went over my head as well. Like, I was reading afterwards, and because the titles for each episode of this show are so weird. But the titles are each exactly 8 characters long in both English and in Japanese. And if you put the titles of the first 12 episodes around the edges of a 3D cube, guys, the letters will... Yeah, Mike is looking at this on his screen right now.
I've got a diagram of this.
But like, if you take the first and last letters of episodes 1, 2, 3, and 12, and each letter at each vertex will all together spell the title of the 13th episode, which is Together. It's so crazy, just the amount of thought and science they've put behind this show. And I do really appreciate it, even though this show, in like overall, I don't think it's for me. It's not quite the kind of stuff I like to watch. I do still really appreciate it.
I feel like this would work real well as a novelization.
Yeah, that'd be a cool read.
I feel like, to be honest, I actually agree with you guys. I think you guys all make really good points. I do agree that Godzilla is underutilized in this. You could almost say at the end, because he looks so different, if they just adjusted a few things, didn't give him a breath weapon, they could call him something else. You know what I mean?
Make it a Cthulhu show.
If you've gone from just the traditional Godzilla to this, you know what I mean? Without seeing Shin, I feel like Shin sort of is a stepping stone where you're like, now I can kind of like see Godzilla in different forms and recognize it as being Godzilla. That's my thought on it anyway. But
Hamish is one of the people who thinks the TriStar Godzilla isn't Godzilla.
TriStar. Which one's TriStar Godzilla? We're trying to.
He's not even Godzilla to you, mate. Don't worry about that.
So what I actually like about this is I really feel like anyway that if they slowed it right down, double the amount of episodes, and like actually like the pacing just went right down. Like this, I feel like it would all make way more sense. They could spend a lot more time on explaining everything.
Yeah.
And then it would actually mean that there would be less in each episode of the sciencey stuff, but just enough that you can kind of pick up the important side of things, I reckon. So I honestly, I feel like that's what it could have done to make it better, but that's more of a pricing thing, right? Like they can't just get away with making a show that big.
Yeah, double the amount of time for like animation and
yeah.
It's hard because I feel like with this show, I would love if they slowed it right down, but at the same time, I feel like you could take out like any episode and almost skip any episode and you wouldn't really be missing much at the same time.
A lot of them felt like, okay, this episode's going to have 10 minutes of the text chain, 10 minutes of them like using Jet Jaguar until he malfunctions.
The intro showing Godzilla but not being in there for the rest of the episode.
Yeah. It is weird, but I get what you mean. Like if they slowed it down, explained things a bit more, did flesh out these characters, I would have been more
And I think
engaged.
if they gave a bit more... I feel like there was definite foreshadowing for Godzilla, right? There was the bones and there was all that
How
kind
about
of
that
stuff.
painting of him and his scoots with the waves?
Yeah, I love that painting. I want that painting.
Yeah.
Like that would be an awesome painting to have up, I reckon. And the Rodan in their little outfits with their hats.
Yeah, so good. So good.
But like I think it could have done with even more foreshadowing. Like just I don't know, like I feel like they've done it in other movies quite well where they've, you know, like there's been a fishing boat or something. I think they did it in this with a fishing boat, didn't they?
Yeah.
They didn't do it. I don't know. I feel like at the very beginning, like if we knew that big fish in the water was actually Godzilla, whereas we didn't actually know that. And I feel like...
It said Gojira.
Did they?
The painting? Yeah.
Oh, with the painting, yeah. But the painting came up like later on in the show.
It was in the first episode.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh, okay. I'm just all out of order. I just remember the first time watching this, I didn't click that fish was Godzilla in the water.
They
Because
do
it changed
Yeah.
so quickly. I was like, oh, suddenly there's Godzilla in Tokyo. Oh, well.
I almost thought that fish was a big manda at the start as well because they were talking about the
Exactly.
manda
A lot of
at the
people
same
did.
time.
I thought the
yeah.
Mandas might have been Godzilla.
Yeah.
I feel like because that confusion only comes about because of the fast pace of it.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have, if they just allowed the scenes to sort of drag out a bit more and put... but I actually really liked all the crazy, like wacky sci-fi physics and stuff.
Yeah.
I loved all that sort of stuff. That's, but I only really like it when I'm able to like understand it just enough.
Take a step back
to take a step back and theorize about it. You know, and be like, oh, you know, even though I'm probably only understanding like a tiniest little bit of it, it's still like that. It makes me appreciate it a lot more.
Oh, I love it.
I think the reason why I like this was because it definitely felt like this is what I was thinking about before actually. I'm coming at this. I feel like you guys are coming at this, which is rightfully so, as like Godzilla fans first, then sci-fi fans. If you are sci-fi fans, which I'm pretty sure
Hate
you both are.
sci-fi. No, I love sci-fi.
Whereas I feel like for me, and this might be a hot take, it might get me kicked off the podcast, but I'm actually coming at it more of a sci-fi fan first than Godzilla. Oh, I love Godzilla. But when I'm like watching this, I'm like, yes, sci-fi stuff. Like, you know,
I don't even know who Captain
almost
Gordon is.
nonsensical sci-fi science. Yeah.
Hamish, have you seen The War in Space?
What? Seen what?
The War in Space.
The War in
He doesn't
Space?
even
I've listened
know.
to your podcast episode on it. I know all about it now.
No, I think I'm a real big sci-fi fan as well.
But like coming into this, I'm like, it's a sci-fi show that's flavored with Godzilla.
No, yeah, I think that's what this show ends up being, is a show that's so much more about these wacky ideas and how these creatures evolve over time rather than having Godzilla as the focus.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think he needs to have the focus, but in this show, like there's so many more other ideas and references to the wider universe than Godzilla as the main one.
But I think as a Godzilla fan, I think I would rate it lower. But because I enjoyed all the other aspects just from like a just from a generic sci-fi sort of fan, perspective. That's why I'm rating it higher, because I'm just like, this. Anyway,
That's great, man.
That's my take on it. I think that's the reason why I would rate it so highly.
That's awesome.
Hey, Jasha.
Yeah.
Did we have anybody else?
Yeah, I've got 2 emails here. So
Right
I'll
in,
read them
yeah.
out from our listeners. We have one here from Greg G. Kira. And Greg says, coming off the anime trilogy, which was odd at times, but overall good, I hoped for something even better. Godzilla Singular Point did not live up to the hype. It was nice to see famous kaiju reimagined with new designs and in new situations. The swarms of Rodan and Kumangi, I guess that's the plural for Kumanga, I guess, were interesting to see, and Godzilla Ultimate looked rightfully impressive when he finally appears. Though I think Anguirus stole the show, not just with his design, but also his special ability and the battle against it. And the world definitely needs more Jet Jaguar. But the show falls flat in every other category. The main characters are very bland, especially the 2 main ones, Mei and Yun. This worsened by the seemingly never-ending physics lessons the audience is constantly subjected to every episode. I can understand wanting to explain the origins of the monsters, but limit it to 1 episode that goes in depth concerning the origin. Not half of every episode devoted to high-level physics lectures that gets sped-read so fast it leaves your head spinning, let alone even understanding what has just been said. This is what happens when you hire a physics professor to write a script. All physics, boring characters, and a disjointed story. Let's hope they hire actual professional writers for the next season, if we even get one. Probably my favorite part of the whole series was the ending credits, which are loaded with kaiju and other characters from all across the franchise. It's sad when that's your favorite part of a show. I can't give Singular Point any more than 2 orthogonal diagonalizers out of 5.
Wow.
Oh,
Man, I think Greg went to the future and listened to this episode and sent a message back to himself that we were going to be rating out of orthogonal diagonalizers.
yeah. I'd agree with you. I think that's what's happening here.
I get you, Greg. I think I'm along the same thoughts as you.
I think this show should be called Anguirus Singular Point, to be honest.
Oh my goodness. Anguirus was so good in this. He got his just desserts, you know? We have one more email here from Jackson. Jackson says, hey Podzilla, I just wanted to say that I discovered your podcast a couple months ago, and you guys have really helped me out in hard times. I really enjoy the content you guys have been making, and I just really appreciate the effort you guys put in for the Goji and Kaiju community. P.S. Godzilla will always be king over Kong. Thank you, Jackson Lind from Lind Productions.
Cheers, Jackson. And since Jasha, you're now Team Kong.
Am I Team Kong?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Big blow to you and your team. I'm sorry.
I'm taking this to heart, Jackson. Man, that's tough. Anyway, next episode here on Podzilla, we're continuing with a TV show or multiple TV shows. And we are covering I'm Home Chibi Godzilla and Chibi Godzilla Raids Again, the sequel series.
Yes.
My goodness.
And
I didn't even know this existed until listening to you guys.
Have you seen any of these?
No.
They're like 2 or 3 minute long episodes on YouTube.
Yeah, both series can be found on YouTube. They all have English subtitles. I think watching through both the shows only takes about an hour, so it's really easy to do. The synopsis for it goes, Chibi Godzilla focuses on everyday life beyond human understanding for these chibi monsters with abundant personalities.
This, Hamish, as the dad of the podcast, I feel like this needs to be your children's first introduction to Godzilla.
You reckon?
I think so.
Not Son of Godzilla.
Maybe Son of Godzilla. Either of those two.
Yeah. Get out of here, Bluey. Chibi Godzilla. Let's go.
Bluey, have you watched Bluey?
I have watched it at Hamish's house while his kids have been watching it.
Bluey's so good.
I think the only thing Bluey's missing is some kaiju, to be honest.
Some science, some physics.
Some physics, yeah. It just needs some physics thrown in there.
Speaking of physics, Hamish, it's been great to have you on the show.
It's been great to be on the show.
Speaking of physics,
No.
Hamish, it's great to have you here.
Do you guys see that right there? I think there's a singular point that has been created in the room with us.
That doesn't make any sense.
There's one right there. A singular point. There's some red mist coming out of it.
Is it sent back in time to our recording studio?
That's an archetype right there, I can see.
I think you're misunderstanding that.
Dude, I think one of us is going to have to go into the Singular Point and go back in time through it to stop it and warn our past selves of it. And I think the most qualified person here who understood the physics of the show the most was you, Hamish.
Honorary doctorate Hamish.
I think you're going to have to go into the Singular Point.
I feel a little bit cornered here.
Here we go.
You're the most suited for the job,
I'll
dude.
help you in. I'll help you into it.
Get into this suit. I've got a stepladder here for you.
Okay.
Good luck.
Good. I guess. Good luck. Do you have a boat or anything? I could like sort of. It seems like
I'm
this
sure
kind
there'll
of
be
needs-
one in there.
I feel like I need a boat.
Just jump into the Singular.
I don't know why. I just feel like I need a boat.
You'll figure it out.
We'll find a boat. We'll chuck it in there.
Okay.
We'll see you later.
I'll talk to you later, I guess, in from the future.
Cool.
From the past. Sounds great. Jump in there, dude.
Okay, bye.
Well, looks like it's just us, Micah. I actually thought he would like appear right back. But all I'm hearing is our theme song.
Yeah.
Was our theme song Hamish all along? Is he trying to
Is
send
Hamish in the theme
Is
song?
he trying to send us a message in the Podzilla, the Son of Godzilla soundtrack that we're using for our theme song, which we've been using as our theme since the beginning of Podzilla in 2021? Has it always been Hamish trying to send us a message this whole time?
I'm waiting for Hamish just to start singing an Indian song in my ear.
It's always been him.
It's always been him.
Thanks for listening to Podzilla. Join our Discord server, tag us on Letterboxd, and follow us on socials at PodzillaPod. Links are all in our show notes. You can also support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Podzilla and get access to extended cuts of every episode and the occasional bonus ep. Huge thank you to Cassie Celine for our seasonal podcast art. And just a disclaimer that all music and additional audio used in this episode belong entirely to the Toho Company.